yogis and yoginis at home and in the studio. Some new faces in the studio. I really enjoy seeing you. And we are going to come to a seated position on the mat, whatever it is for you. Letting the sitting bones feel the ground, arriving at this moment. I invite you to close your eyes. Your hands can be on your thighs, in your lap. Release tension in your shoulders and your jaw. Let the crown of your head point to the skies. And let your belly soften with every inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, feel your belly up. And on your exhale, push the navel to your back. And once again, a motion that mimics the waves. No real break in between. Only if we make it so. Keep on breathing that wave-like motion in and out. Maybe take it up to your rib cage as well. So when you feel the belly up, feel up your rib cage as well. And let go. Same way back. Inhale and exhale. And tap into that pattern of expanding and extracting the air you can find in nature, in the waves, in a wheat field with the wind, in the treetops, in galaxies. Through breath, you connect to that pattern. And everybody, big breath in. And let it go through the nose. One more time. Inhale. And let it go. And I invite you to open your eyes and smile. Lift your hands up, straightening your back, and bring some of that energy down. One more time. Inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky, maybe look up, and bring some of that energy down. We're moving the chi. Last time. Up and down. Take it to movement from side to side. The hands can play along, just twisting from side to side, awakening the spine. And at some point, stay on the right side for a twist. I'm not mirroring you, so you're always opposite to me. And just breathe into the twist. On your inhale, expand up. On your exhale, twist a little bit more into the right side. One more wholesome breath here. And release slowly, coming out of the twist to the other side. Again, 2 to 3 breaths here. Just up, shooting up, and exhaling, twisting to the left. Bring it back to the center slowly. Walk your hands forward and release the neck in between your hands. Now maybe the forehead is on the floor and maybe not. No judgment. Start saying no. Boundaries are so important, right? So just say no. And then maybe yes to whatever you want to experience this practice. And then crunch your shoulders as far as they can go up to your ears, and then roll them down, releasing the neck. Once again, crunch the shoulders and release the shoulder blades down. Then walk back up, hands up, and just bend from side to side with your breath. So all movements and swaying from side to side, twisting in downward dog, in table, are somatic movements. And they just relax the sympathetic nervous system, telling us all is good. Right hand on the mat. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend lower. So again, you're always opposite to me. I'm not mirroring you. And take it to the other side. Hand on the mat. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend lower. Come on back up. Walk the hands to the front again, but not that far. Lift those hips. Open the legs. And come to table. Adjust your wrists under your shoulders, or adjust your knees under your hips. And start pushing forward over your wrist, testing the waters of the wrists, and coming back, maybe all the way down, maybe just halfway. And sway forward and back. As I said before, this is part of the somatic movement. You'll see babies do this all the time. It relaxes them. And us. We're still babies. And go back and forward. And then maybe sway from side to side. Again, testing your wrists mainly, but everything else as well. Open the fingers so you have a base, a wide base to do so. And then open your knees just a tiny bit and start those beautiful circular motions in which you go over your wrists and back, maybe all the way, and explore where your spine and your body is today. You can even come to a modification of upward dog if you feel like it. You can tuck your toes under or not. And just open those hips up. Take it to the other direction. Keep on exploring and breathing, marrying the movement to the breath. And then bring those knees together and push those hips onto your heels, coming up to a seated position, stretching the feet. Now, this is not comfortable, but if you have no sharp pain, stay here. It's so important for everything on the feet, which is our base. And now circle your wrists, because we like multitasking. Interlace your fingers, maybe number 8 to one direction and then the other. There's a bunch of warming up the wrists options here. Magnetic wrists is another one, so we just roll the wrists around. And then to the other direction. Stretching the inside of the hand is also an option, either here or here. Both work. It depends on you. And then the other hand. And I know the feet are screaming, I know. And then shake, shake, shake. Take it all out. Big breath in and let it out. Bring yourself back to table, untuck the toes and tap, 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 tap. Whew, that feels so good. On your next inhale, tuck those toes under and come to a hover. Tuck the tailbone in just a little bit, eliminating that natural curve that we want to do when we're here. So tuck the tailbone in and just hold it. Push the mat away. Your shoulders are strong. And in fact, this is exactly as plank. So your chest is open, round your armpits, activating the lats muscles. And then release knees to the ground, untuck your toes and come to child's pose. Option here to open the knees a little bit wider. And just release yourself to the ground, surrender. This is a beautiful time to set an intention to the class after the body is warmed up. Come back to the yoga in your mind. And push back up to table with your breath. Bring those knees in if you open them. Tuck your toes under and come to that hover again. This time, we're going to step the left leg back and push back and forth, back and forth. So the right knee is hovering and the left toes are drilling in and out of the mat, moving you forward and back. Bring the left leg back. Take it to the other side. So right leg on the ground, left hovering. Back and forth. Option here, if it's too much, to lower the knee. A few times. Just feel the strength and tuck that tailbone in. And bring the right leg back. Release knees to the ground. Nice wholesome breath here. Option to come to child pose. And push back up to table if you weren't there. Tuck your toes under and lift to a hover. Now bear with me. Lift the left leg, a little bit of game. And push it in between the right hand and the right leg. Yes. Now lift the right hand. And come around. All the way around, you guys. Not two side planks. We're not there yet. Here. Bend the knees. Yeah. And come on back. Bring the left leg back. And now the right. Right goes in between the left leg and the left hand. Both legs are bent. And then left leg, hand goes up. And we turn around. Yeah, come on back. Take it to the right. So left leg goes up. Yeah, and just play around between those two On your own accord, this is warming up the shoulders like no other. One or more of this with your breath. And meet me in table. Tuck your toes under and come to downward dog. Push those hips back. You may bend the legs, you may keep them straight. It's up to you. Roll those shoulders away from your ears. Look forward. Bend the knees. Hop or walk to meet your hands. Forward fold. Bend one knee at a time. Hands can be on the mat or on your shins. Just stretch that side of your body. Option here to bring your forearms to your thighs. So just have fun here. If you do any of those, try to release the neck and breathe. Come to stillness. On your next inhale, bend the knees, circle, sweep the hands to the sky, come to a standing position, slow. Exhale, hands to heart center. Big breath here. And on your exhale, forward fold, hinging from the hips, pushing the hips back and not the knees forward. Inhale, halfway lift and stay. Micro bending the knees. Push those hips back so you can lift your toes. That's the first thing. Then tuck your tailbone in. It's not going to go far, but a small tucking. And then lift your hands over your head. Hold it here. You will feel the activation in the lower core. Interlace fingers behind your sacrum in half fold and lift those hands up to the sky. Don't forget the tucking of the tailbone. Release the hands down to your sacrum and fold over to a forward fold all the way down. Hands on the mat. Legs walk to plank. So what we did in the warm-up, we're going to do now by pushing the toes back and forth over your wrists. Tucking the tailbone in. 3, 2, 1. Stay over your wrists for 3, 2, 1, and come all the way to the mat, slowly as can be. You are in charge. Once on the mat, release the toes, leave the hands where they are. You may open your legs a little bit here. Sometimes it's easier. And on your next exhale, come to baby cobra, activating the legs first. So exhale, lift that chest. Option here to bring the hands next to you, tenting the fingers. Exhale, come down. Push to table, push to child's pose. 2 wholesome breaths here. You may roll the head from side to side, just releasing some more tension, maybe lifting those hands a little bit, tenting the fingers. All are options here. Push back to table. Tuck your toes under. Push back to downward dog. Push those hips up and back so you're stretching the legs. Option here to walk the dog. And come to stillness.
On your next inhale, right hand goes to the left shin, under your body, diagonal. And on your next exhale, so inhale while I'm talking, twist under your armpit. Look up to the sky. Option here to do it in table. And bring it back. Other side, left hand to shin, to right shin, twist under your armpit, look up. Bring it back. Bend your knees plenty, look forward, hop or walk to meet your hands. Forward fold, bring your hands under your palms of your hand, under your feet. Bend plenty, release the neck. On your inhale, pull down with your hands. On your exhale, stretch your legs a little bit straighter. Those hips coming up. Maybe, only maybe, straightening the legs all the way and bringing the forehead to the shins. Release. Bend the knees plenty. Let go of the feet and the hands. On your next inhale, come all the way up. Circle sweep the hands to heart center. Come to chair, high chair. Tuck the tailbone in. So this is not chair, right? This is it. And then it's so easy to open the chest. It's just there. Inhale and exhale. Circle sweep the hands to the sky. This time, hinging all the way down from the hips, pushing them back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Jump or walk to plank. And here in plank, we're tucking the tailbone in and rolling the shoulders away from my ears. Option here to do baby cobra as we did before, or join me to chaturanga dandasana. I'm going to cue chaturanga. If you're doing baby cobra, meet me in downward dog, okay? Good. Over the wrists, 90 degrees down. Untuck your toes, inhale, upward dog. Look up, tuck your toes under. Push back to downward dog with your exhale. Walk the dog and enjoy the stretch. Now, a little bit of fun again. We're going to try it again. So the same setup. What we did in table, we're going to do here. So left leg goes in between the right leg and hand. This time the leg and both legs are straight. This time coming to side plank as you all did naturally before. I was very impressed. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Come back to downward dog slowly. Breathe. And take it to the other side. So right leg between the left limbs. Lifting the left hand to side plank. Beautiful. This is a shot, I'm telling you. A winner. And come down. Back to downward dog. Push those hips back. Up and back. On your next inhale, right leg goes up to the sky. Lift the back heel. Bend the leg to your chest. Push it over your wrists. Flex the foot and step it in between your hands. Open the feet to a hip distance apart so you're very, very comfortable here. And come to a high lunge. In this high lunge, my body is an extension to my back leg. So I'm not here, I'm here. My hands are open to the floor, knee stacked over the ankle. If you need a challenge, bring those hands over your head. And now swim. So circle the hands back and over your head. Circle the hands back and over your head as if you're swimming. And just keep your attention to your legs. So they're both very strong. Breathe. Last time. Bring the left hand to the ground and open the right hand to twist. Option here to test yourself and lift the left hand to see if you are strong in your legs. Amazing. Frame the front leg once again. Toe heel the right foot to the right edge of the mat, setting up for lizard. Lizard option always to lower the back heel, knee, or the forearms. Wherever you are, we're opening the hip. So pushing that right knee out to the right is the work. Keep on breathing, releasing, and surrendering to this stretch. One more wholesome breath, and bring back the leg, the hands, and a little bit of core here. You don't have to do it. It's kind of over the top. You can just push the right leg back or bring it straight in front of you and then around to plank. Yes. It's very rewarding if you do it. And just hold it in plank for 4 breaths now. So I've been building it up. 2, 3, and now 4. If you're like me and you need to move, you can push back and forth on your toes. Keep on those strong shoulders. One more breath. Chaturanga Dandasana is next. Forward, halfway down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. What do you say? A little break of water here? Get off the wrists? I think it's wonderful. So take a minute. Use towels. Drink water. Adjust your pants. How we doing, guys? Yeah? Not killing you? That's always my first priority. Do not kill your students. Nah, there's no chance here. Strong warriors. So, coming out of a break, it's always nice to come to child's pose. Just bring it back to the yoga, right? And then push back up to table. Tuck your toes under and downward dog. Adjust, 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 and breathe. On your next inhale, left leg goes up. Then the back heel goes up. Bend the leg into your chest, round the back, push over your wrists, flex the foot, and step it in between your hands. Adjust your feet so you're hip distance apart, and come up to a high lunge. Again, I'm hovering over my front thigh. I'm not here. Chest is not included. And breathe.
Drill into those back toes. Drill into the heel, the front heel. If you want a challenge, hands over your head. Just breathe. Hold it here. Tuck the tailbone in so your core is in the game. And on your next exhale, bring the right hand down. Open the left hand to the sky. Again, I need to adjust here. Maybe you do too. Make sure you're strong in the legs. Option here to lift the right hand over your head or in front of you or just over, hovering over the mat. Roll those shoulders down. And release the left hand, toe heeling the left foot to the left edge, setting up for lizard. So again, if you have blocks and you need them, this is a beautiful place to put them under your hands or lower the back knee. Or if you need more of a challenge, bring yourself to your forearms and then open the knee to the side, to the left side. And breathe. We're enduring here, so your breath is what carries you. And your mind connects to the breath, maybe counting, convincing the body everything is doable. On your next exhale, bring that leg back up and those hands. And again, if you want that weird way of coming to plank, join me, straightening the left leg forward, circling it around. Plank. Hold it here for 5 breaths. Option to always lower your knees. Come to your forearms for 3 more breaths. Tucking the tailbone in. Tuck them in. And breathe. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to Sphinx, releasing only the thighs. Untucking the toes. Pushing into your elbows. Rolling the shoulders back, looking forward. And breathing. And then option to release the head. And circle it around to one direction and then to the other. Here, stretching the core, but also releasing the neck. On your next exhale, come to the mat. Open your hands to a T. Right cheek on the mat. Enjoy the mini Shavasana. And also give love to the other cheek whenever you are ready. And breathe. Bring your forehead to the center. We're going to pump up our hands in T, leaving the gaze down to the mat. So I'm not lifting my neck, okay? I'm looking down, but I am pushing my chest a little bit up, activating the legs, lifting the hands from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. And release.
Deactivate the shoulders and the scapulas, the shoulder blades. And then bring the hands to a Y. So 35 degrees or so. We were in a T, now we're in a Y. Pretty much the same deal, but if you want a challenge, you can lift your legs. So come up just a tiny bit with your chest and your hands. Look down. Legs can join. Going for 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. And release. Again, take a few breaths here. Last one. Hands over your head. You're now a I. Yes. Not a Y, a I. An I. Breathe and lower your heart rate. And then come on up, looking down. Maybe legs come up too. And we go to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. And release. Hands come back to the T. Bend the left leg, bring the right cheek to the mat, and just push that left leg to the right side back of your body, tilting on the right shoulder. Option here to hold the foot with your left hand that comes behind too. So we're stretching everything that worked so hard now. Open that knee to the sky and breathe. Bring it back to the T slowly. We always come out of poses slowly. Left cheek on the mat. Bend the right leg. Lift it and then start tilting yourself on your left shoulder, bringing the leg behind you. Option to grab hold of the foot and maybe go deeper. Main issue here also is lifting the knee as high as you can and lowering the foot. Nice adjustments, you guys. And also the shoulder, right? Gets a little bit of a different stretch here. Bring it back slowly and with control. Push yourself to table and then to child's pose. Another nice point to drink some water if you need. I always get the sweat into my eyes, and then I go, I'm blind. And if you're done, meet me in child pose, bringing it back to the yoga. Hold some breath and pay attention to the difference here. Breathing into the lower back. Expanding the vertebrae in the lower back, bringing some space to that area. And on your next exhale, come to table and shoot up those hips to downward dog. And on your next inhale, right leg goes up in the air, back heel goes up in the air. Bend it and step it in between your hands. Runners, lower that back heel and set up for warrior two with the right leg in the front, and I'm going to switch sides. So push those hips forward, tuck the tailbone in, don't sass it out. And then shoulders stack over the hips. It's a hip opener to the side. Hands shoot to the sides and we're looking to the front. But the legs trying to tear the mat apart. So strong. Flip the front hand. Reverse the warrior. Left hand can go around your back. Or do whatever. Don't stop working those legs. Breathe. Maybe bend even lower into the left side. But keep that chest open. On your next exhale, come back to warrior two. Bring your forearm to your front thigh. Open the left hand to the sky. Option here to come to a bond under your thigh. So here is how you get there. Right hand that is on the thigh comes under the thigh. And then left hand goes behind, meeting her. The right hand. Exactly. Then the last tweak. Open the chest. Look up. If you know where you're going and you want to go to paradise, bird, it's on you. If not, stay with me here. I'm not going there. But you can look at Amy. One more breath. Release the bond. Come back to side angle. Hands up. Left hand up. Straightening that front leg. Releasing the right hand down to triangle. Very nice. Option to use blocks or to put the hand behind your leg. Some people wanted behind it, not only in front. Keep on breathing. One more breath. Bend the front leg back and come back to warrior two using your core. Bring the right leg to be parallel to the left. And forward fold, hinging from the hips all the way down. So option here to hold your feet like your ankle or your shins, or leave the hands in between your legs. Just holding yourself here. In any case, try to bend the hands and lower your head, releasing your neck, or pulling in with your hands, shifting your weight into the toes. Maybe head touching the ground. Don't crunch your shoulders. Breathe into the pose, stretch those thighs. Option here to bend your knees. On your next exhale, bring your hands, everybody, to the center and then walk them just a tiny bit forward. Option here to bring your heels in a little bit or stay here. It depends on your ankle mobility. And then start bending from side to side, side lunges, stretching the inside of your thighs. I like to leave my feet on the ground, but if you feel it better lifting the foot, please do so. If you need a challenge, you can rise up, bring the hands up, and start side bending from side to side, and maybe bringing in a little bit of the snake in Tai Chi.
This is called the snake. The hands just go around, right? Like Bruce Lee saying, come on, right? So, but it's really a whole body workout right here. So one or more to each side. Take your time. Enjoy this. Breathe. And at some point, indeed, come to center, bringing the hands down, relocating yourself to a wide-legged forward fold, releasing the neck, breathing, micro-bending the knees. Open the hands to a T. Engage core first and foremost, and come on up. Right leg bends and points to the front, coming back to warrior two. Lift the back heel. Think of your hips as the engine to twist to the front, to the right leg. High lunge. Frame the front leg and come to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana is next, or baby cobra. So over the wrists, halfway down. Untuck your toes. Upward dog and downward dog. I'm going to switch directions again. You guys just breathe. And downward dog, you may walk the dog a little bit. Just engaging in that beautiful stretch. Not a resting pose. On your next inhale, left leg goes up. Lift the back heel, bend the leg. Push over your wrist, flex the foot, and step it in between your hands, lowering the back heel, setting up for warrior two on your left side. Take the time to arrive. 2 breaths here to adjust. So I always have to adjust my feet. Look at the front knee on top of the ankle. Tuck pelvis in. Roll shoulders back. Look to the left, front. Flip the front hand. Reverse the warrior without changing anything in your legs. Right hand can go around. Just hold it here. Maybe come lower with that stretch. Inhale. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Bring that forearm to the thigh and open the right hand to the sky. You can stay here, deepening the work, or come to a bond. Left hand under the front thigh, coming around, right hand behind you. Then open the chest to the sky. Everything is happening under the front thigh. It doesn't go to the back thigh. Yes. And come on back to side angle. First, the hand comes to the thigh, the right hand up, then straightening the left leg and bringing the left hand to the inside of the leg or the outside. Block optional here. And just open to triangle. Keep on pushing those hips forward and those shoulders back. One more breath here. Bend the front leg. Come to warrior two. And bring the left leg to be parallel to the front, to the right. Wide-legged. Stand here. Open the hands. We're not yet going to forward fold. Bring those heels in. Bend the knees and play around a little bit, either with the thighs or the hips.
Yeah, just a little bit. A nice stretch before we go into the work. So hands on the thighs. Keep those hands straight. Exactly, Gloria. Now right shoulder comes in. This time you can push those hips back. Stretch yourself. Keep the right hand straight. You may even look around to the back. Breathe and bring it slowly back up. Other side, left shoulder goes in. Push those hips back. So your hands are straight, pushing the hips back, the thighs. And then once you are in a balanced position, you can look back. Yes. One more time to each side on your own pace. Just stretching that upper body. And come on. When you're done, I'll wait for you, don't worry. And when you're done, just come on back up to Goddess. So in Goddess, knees always at the same direction of the toes. I don't open my legs all the way to the sides because then I'm not stable. I prefer 35 degrees. Maybe that will help you. Try it. That's what I do. Hands in heart center. Just hold it here and breathe. You can close your eyes. Bring it to another level of balance. On your next exhale, come lower without sassing the bum bum. Just come lower. Sitting on your hips. Open your hands to lotus. So fingers, big thumb and pinkies together. Inhale, straighten up, legs and hands. Exhale, circle, sweep the hands around and come back to low Goddess. Hold it. Now if you want, you can do it with closed eyes. So come on up. It's a challenge. And then down. Again, up. And low Goddess. Last time, up. And down. Open your eyes if you close them. Come on back up, straightening the legs. Shifting the left leg to point to the front. Bending the knee. Warrior two with the left leg. Now, coming to that high lunge, lift the back heel. Stay here for a sec just to feel you're stable. Then the hips twist. Right? A little bit of mobility here. Frame the front leg and push to plank. So last time with the theme of animal movement that I brought in, hope you connected to it. Left leg goes in between the right and the left leg to the side. Stay with both hands on the ground. 4 push-ups. So I showed you the first one. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift. Just tilt yourself a little bit back and lift your right leg. Ready for the work? Lower the hips and push them back up. Lower the hips, push them back up. Lower the lips, not the lips, the hips. And come back to plank. Whew, that was nice. Right leg in between left leg and left hand. So 4 push-ups. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the left hand. 3 dips. 1, 2, 3. Push back. And release yourself to the ground on your belly. Just breathe. Give some love to each cheek. If you need, obviously drink water, wipe your sweat. Everything that you need. So you are controlling the movement, controlling the breath, and therefore controlling your yoga. Whew. Bend your right leg. Bring the left hand in front of you as a pillow. Take the right hand and grab hold of the left foot. Push that leg into your bum, stretching the quads. If this is really easy for you, then maybe lift the quad, but only the quad. Not the pelvis front bone. I forgot the name. Ilium. And release if it's up. Then switch hands. So the right hand is now the pillow. Left hand goes behind and grabbing the foot. Bring it up. Kick the leg into the hand. So it's a different movement, right? With 2 hands, every modification. And release. Switch the front hands. So left hand is the pillow. Right hand grabs the back left foot. And then let the foot kick into the hand. So this time it's really rising up. And release. Push yourself to table. And push yourself to child's pose. Counter pose to those back bends. A few breaths here. And then push back up to table, coming into pigeon. So pigeon, you have 2 options. You can come to pigeon through downward dog, or take the recline pigeon, which is the right leg. We start with the right leg on top of the left and then pushing it into your body. It's your choice. If you're doing the downward dog, lift the right leg and then bring the knee in between your hands, setting up for pigeon on the right side. Make sure your right sitting bone is on the floor. If you are doing reclined pigeon, option to interlace fingers on the shin or behind your thigh and pull it in a little bit. If you're in pigeon, you can come all the way down to the ground. And take the time to breathe into the pose, acknowledging the parts that do not need to work. That back leg does nothing. Also the front. And if you're on your back, it's the same. Your hands are pulling those legs in, but the hips are opening through the breath. Dig deeper into the mat, surrendering, relaxing the shoulders too. Two more breaths. And come out of it with utmost respect. Transition is a pose, and you gotta take care of your body. Push yourself back up. If you're doing pigeon, then push back to table and back to downward dog. Take it to the left side. If you're on your back, slowly release those legs and come to the other side. Left leg goes up if you are in downward dog, and then the knee in between the hands, setting it up, releasing everything you can to the mat. So the more you relax in stretches, the more your body learns. If you come into a very stressful position, your body will lock down and remember that and never open the hips again. So you want to come slowly and with respect, with breath, and remember that no matter what kind of regression you take, it's only for progression. So take the time. Two more breaths here. And come out of it the same way you came in, slowly and with your breath. People that were in pigeon, make your way to your backs, feet facing the paintings. And bring your feet to the mat, bending the legs, windshielding the legs from side to side. Just enjoy this beautiful, once again, somatic movement, swaying like a baby. Next time you're on the right side, you can leave the legs there, open the hands to a T, and dig into that twist on the ground.
Option to look to the left, so your cervical spine is there too. Once again, let the mechanics of the pose do the work, not your brain. And slowly come out of it, using the core, taking it to the other side. Whatever combination of the feet, legs, and knees is comfortable to you. Opening the left side or the right side. I see people. Option to look to the right. Releasing the shoulders to the mat. Letting the breath curve that twist. On your next exhale, bring it back using your core. Bring those legs into your chest. Have yourself, give yourself a hug. A few breaths here, maybe again some somatic movement, rocking from side to side. And then releasing one leg to the mat, interlacing fingers on your shin, on the right shin. Leave the right leg on the chest. Pull that leg in, open the knee to your armpit. Option here to open the right leg to the right, holding the foot. Dancing king on the floor. If you have a strap, you can use the strap or the towel. Then bring it back to the center, wherever you were, and switch the legs. So left leg comes to the chest. Interlace the fingers on your shin, pull in, and then away from the rib cage, opening the hip a little bit. Sometimes you can feel it on the lower back, that's normal. Option to open to dancing king on the side, on the left side. Straightening the left leg to the side, holding the foot. And then bring the left leg back in, release it to the ground. And before we come to Shavasana, take the time to feel the Shavasana. And if you have some sort of a movement your body still craves, do it. Maybe happy baby, maybe bridge. Just take it out of your system. So the gifts of Shavasana are full. And when you feel you are done with all those restless movements, and please take your time. Release yourself and surrender to the mat. Bring your awareness back to the breath. Softening it, letting it be natural. Release the shoulders to the mat. Release the spine. Let the legs be soft and the feet open, just a tiny bit to the sides. You are the breath, and you are the form, the body in which the breath expresses itself. And all the forms we did today, the asanas, are just a house for that breath. Just as your body is the house for the big awareness that holds us all together. A few breaths here in complete silence. And when you are ready, start wiggling your toes and your fingers, just awakening the body, circling your wrists, your heels, maybe a big stretch with hands over your head, stick pose, just like after a really good night's sleep. And when you are ready, roll yourself to a fetal position on one side. Take a breath there. That is our first asana. And push yourself back up to a seated position, facing me. We'll finish the practice with the sacred sound of Om. First, a cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and Om. Om.
The spirit in me honors the spirit in you, and I never take it for granted that you come and practice with us. Namaste.
Have a great time day, everybody.